everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Gina and I make videos about houseplants and houseplant related content. So if that sounds interesting to you, you should hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So I am sitting here on my couch in my living room, and sitting in front of me is a coffee table, and on that coffee table it is filled with Hoyas. I know you guys like the Hoyas and you enjoy these types of videos, so I'm giving you Hoya videos. So this particular video is about all of my Hoyas that grew the most during the growing season of 2022. So by the time this video airs, it will already be officially fall or autumn. And we're just a couple in my time right now, and while I'm making this video, we're still technically in summer, but just in a couple days it will be fall, and fall is my absolute favorite season of the year. I just love it. I've already started decorating for Halloween, and I love fall and winter. I figured now is the perfect time to reflect on or look back on my plants that grew really well during the 2022 growing season. I have to say that a lot of my plants grew well. I think all of my plants grew, but these were kind of standouts. These are my outstanding Hoyas that I really noticed their growth. So we're going to go through them and we're going to have some fun looking at these adorable Hoyas. But before we do that, I wanted to point out this really exciting new addition here to my wall. And over the weekend, I had these shelves installed, 2 of them, and they are for my Scindapsus collection. So I'm really excited to have those now. This beautiful Scindapsus argyrius here. I think it just looks great, and I'm really excited about it. So I don't know, some of you might have noticed that it's different, so I just thought I'd show it to you guys. All right, without further ado, let's get into the Hoyas. So the first Hoya on our list is this Hoya Engleriana. And so I have my little list here of all of my plants I'm going to be showing you guys. And if I have photos of what these look like a few months ago before the growing season, I'm going to include those here for you guys. Unfortunately for this one, I don't have the original, what it looked like, but it was on my list here. It says, I wrote down, it was a 2-inch one stem cutting. So I actually have a cutting of what it pretty much looked like. So it's like 2 inches, one stem, and this is what it did in the 2022 growing season. So this one did a ton of growing during the season, and it even still has some new shoots that are going to be coming out here. And this one is actually in pawn. So, and also right here, it might be difficult to see, but there's also some new growth coming out over here. So this is a good one to start with, because this thing has just had an amazing growth spurt over the summer. So this is the Hoya Engleriana. So this next one on our list is the Hoya Krohniana Black. And you can see just how full and lush this thing is. And this was pretty all from this growing season, because when I got this one January 22nd of this year. And when I got it, it was an unrooted cutting that was like 1 inch or 2. And this is what I did. It's just amazing. That coloring is just gorgeous. So this was definitely one of my outstanding growers this season. So the next one on our list is the Krohniana Super Silver. And I know I do have a photo of this one, which I'll include, and you can see how much it grew this past growing season. So I picked this one, or I received this one on January 21st of this year, and it was a 3-node cutting. And the photo I believe that I'm including here is from April 14th. So this is what it's done between April 14th and today. And then I also have a propagation from this plant. That's the mother plant. I have a propagation I want to show you. So I also have a photo for this entire little setup. You'll see in the photo that I have also, and you can see how much it grew. So right here, I'm going to pull this one out. So this is also a Krohniana Super Silver. And really, this sits on my desk. So I look at this pretty much all day long. And this thing just, now see the photo here. This photo I believe is from, it's either this one is April 14th or it's March 29th. But you can see the difference and how much this plant grew this growing season. It's just absolutely just amazing. And it's such a pretty, it's a beautiful Hoya. That super silver, the variegation. I just love it. Krohniana Super Silver. So this next one on the list is my Hoya Chinghungensis. And this one I picked up, I received it on January 21st of this year, and it was a 2-inch cutting. So basically it was like this big. Not very big at all. I'm not even sure, I don't even think it was a rooted cutting. And I paid $40 for that. 40 bucks. But look at it now. A prolific grower for me, and definitely a standout this growing season. And you know, I started out with one little stem, and now I have 3 beautiful stems. It's just so cute. The next one on the list is this super cutie. This is the Hoya serpents, and look at all that. So I picked this one up January 28th, and it was a fresh cutting, so it was an unrooted cutting, and it was 2 to 3 nodes. So basically, we're talking about, let's see, that's as big as it was. And now, this is what it did during the 2022 growing season. A real standout. Such a cute little Hoya. That's Hoya serpents. So here we have the Hoya Biakensis splash. Another super cute one. So this one I picked up on February 22nd of this year, and it was 4 leaves and 2 nodes. So, you know, it was maybe like from here to here. It was basically pretty small. And I paid, what did I pay? I paid $42 for that. And it just grew a ton for me this season. And there's so many new shoots coming up here and here. Just lots of new growth, and it's It's just not stopping, and I love it. The Hoya Biakensis splash. So this next one is a Hoya gracilis, and this was a free cutting I got with another Hoya I had ordered on Etsy. And when the seller sent it to me, she didn't indicate what kind of Hoya this was. So I wrote her, and she said it was either a Rebecca or a gracilis. So I mean, I never had a gracilis before, so I didn't know. I mean, I've had Rebecca's, so I'm more familiar with them, and it kind of look like the Rebecca. But my good friend Tina, who is one of my favorite viewers here on my channel, she goes by Justina or Tina. So Tina told me that she was pretty positive that this was a gracilis. So I was really excited about that because I had never had a gracilis before. I didn't have one, so it would be fun to add another Hoya to my collection. But I was like, it kind of looks like Rebecca. But now it totally is different from the Rebecca. Now that it's an older plant, I can totally see the difference. And Tina, you were right. It is a gracilis. And I can show a comparison because I have a Rebecca right here. And I'll show you the difference in the leaves, and hopefully you can see it. But the gracilis here on the right has a different pattern than the Rebecca. And then also the leaf shape is just different. The gracilis has it's a thinner leaf, and it's pointier, and the Rebecca is more succulent-like feeling. And I just noticed we have a peduncle right here. So we'll see if that actually blooms or not. And so I got this as a little cutting, and this is what it did this growing season. And it's just an amazing little Hoya, and I love it. Big enough I had to stick it on this trellis. So once again, Tina, you were right. So as I said earlier, pretty much all of my Hoyas grew well this growing season, but these here are just the ones that were more standouts that I could really tell the difference in the growth. They just had a lot of growth this season. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but pretty much I think all of them were small leaf Hoyas. But I do have one large leaf Hoya that just grew amazingly for me. And I do have a comparison photo for it. But we need to walk over to it because it's a large plant, and I'm not bringing it over here. So we're gonna go over there. All right, so this next one is my Hoya Kerrii, and it's pretty sunny over here, which is probably why this has grown so much this season. So let me instill the photo right here. That is from April 9th of this year. So hopefully you can kind of see how much it grew. And she is decked out here with some Halloween decorations because basically she is a tree. And there's all this new shoots coming up here and new leaves coming out on those shoots. And she's just a really good grower, and she's definitely been a standout this 2022 growing season. All right, so I do have one that didn't have much growth this summer, but just in the last week or so, I've noticed it's pushing out some new growth, and that is my Hoya elliptica. So in my houseplant tour, I mentioned that I was kind of worried about this one because the leaves were real soft and pliable, and I was worried about the root system. But just like in the last week, it's like toughened up. And I've got, look at this new growth here, here, and here. So I don't know what happened. I guess it just finally just clicked. But this is just, it's on my radar. It's an outstanding Hoya. So this is the Hoya elliptica. And then the very last one to show, this is my Hoya sprinkles. It's a Hoya carnosa and Hoya crinkle mix. It's called Hoya sprinkles. And this one, when I did my video last week of my large leaf Hoyas, I left this one out. I forgot about this one, this larger leaf Hoya. But this one was like I think it was only a 2-leaf cutting from February 17th of this year. So I got this one in February, and it's just pushed out a ton of growth. So another outstanding grower for this season. So those were some of the Hoyas that really stuck out to me as great growers this growing season. And I love that it's fall and it's this time of year, but it's kind of sad that the growing season is coming to an end. Although for me, I seem to get growth all through the year. Of course, it's not as much as you get in the summertime. So at least I'll still be able to see some growth. But now it's just time for a little downtime, less work for me. I don't water as much, don't have to fertilize. So it is a nice little break. So, well, I guess that's it for this week. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my prolific growers for the 2022 growing season. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to join this little community. So hit that subscribe button. And hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.